Hey, I'm Mike. I read a few months ago that you spoke for a couple of Republican groups who are also trying to incorporate gays in the Republican Party. Now, I'm proud to be gay, but I'm a lot more proud to be a Republican.
Good for you!
Yeah, so, my question to you is, what can the Republican Party do to incorporate gays who really believe in a lot of the ideology that we're promoting here at CPAC? What can we do to incorporate them and get them out of the closet?
Yes!
Second closet, get them into the party.
No, you're right. I mean, gays are natural conservatives, and it's weird. I was the first speaker at Go Crowd, and by the way, I talked them out of gay marriage. I mean, it's driving me crazy because liberals have used one group after another to try to destroy the family. They use the women with the feminists, and oh, no-fault divorce, and the gal's doing it on her own. No. You need a husband. Get married. Keep your knees together until marriage. Now we prove to be a fraud after destroying millions and millions of lives. They use the blacks. And by the way, congratulations, liberals, they basically destroyed the black family. Now they're using the gays.
Yeah, I know.
And I've had it with this. Liberals don't care about women, blacks, or gays. They care about destroying the family, because once the family is destroyed, well, then you can have total obeisance to the government. Your only loyalty to the government. No, we stand for the family, but we like gays. I do especially. We like the same cocktails, the same music, often the same men. Born-again Christian, I know born-again Christian gays.
You're talking about it right now.
God bless you.
Yeah, God bless you.
And one of the points, I mean, I can see the point. Well, for one thing, a lot of hoo-ha this year, to be honest, was other groups who want to start their own alternatives to CPAC. It wasn't quite as principled as it looked, or didn't get a good speaking slot. So I think that was kind of a fake. And, you know, their argument is, yeah, okay, because I was saying this to them when I was going to speak to Go Crowd. I said, look, I'm a Christian. I go to a huge born-again church every Sunday. It's mostly young people, and I would bet you 40% of the young people, maybe more, have had or are having premarital sex while they're going to this church. Why do you treat that differently from being gay? Why is that the one sin? Do you tithe? Have you always tithed? Is everyone you know tithing? Is everyone in your church tithing? And their point would be, I would say, it's the whole identity politics thing. Yeah, okay, but we don't show up at CPAC with a group called Conservatives Against Tithing. And Conservatives for Premarital Sex. So I see their point, and still, we're living in a world where the culture is telling gays you have to be liberal. And I think that's a lie, and also there is, like I say, there's the music, the cocktails, there is something to being gay besides the sodomy. In fact, I think that should be the motto of Go Proud, gays without the sodomy. I have so many ideas for Go Proud. My other one is that they dropped this whole thing about open gays walking around in dresses in the military, and they make their issue getting girls out of the military. Win-win. And abortion. I want the conservative gays heavily coming out against abortion because once they find that gay gene, who do you think they're going to be aborting? It's a perfect issue for the gays. So yes, I think conservatives and gays go together like chocolate and peanut butter.
Hi, I'm Ryan Bruno, and I attend the University of Maryland, College Park, and I need some advice. How can I quiet a very liberal professor without telling him to where to put it?
Well, you've come to the right place, young man. I would recommend wearing a Joe McCarthy t-shirt to class. What kind of class is it?
Oh, it's my ancient history class.
Ancient history?
Yeah, he started talking about how he believes global warming is real.
Oh, in ancient history they're finally teaching a real class and he isn't teaching it?
Yeah.
Oh. I have spent my whole life
I think you need to come to Maryland. We're a little too open.
I'd love to. I spoke to John Hopkins. I think that's the only you better start holding your bake sales. I'd love to, but yeah, I realize I've spent my entire life making up for the crappy public school education I've gotten. And you're taking a very important class. Ancient is one of the things I attack in my next book, and I go through some of the college curricula on one particular subject they are totally hiding from college students, and they hid from me, and it's a very important historical subject that everybody should know, and you'll know it after reading my book. And you're finally taking a serious class of something you actually need to know, and this jackass is talking about global warming?
Yeah, he is.
Maybe you should find some right-wing group and sue. Aren't these kids suing for their colleges, ripping them off, charging them $40,000 a year? You have a legitimate lawsuit. You're taking ancient history and he's teaching you about something that doesn't exist.
Hates Donald Rumsfeld.
This is so sad. This is why my friend Peter Thiel is offering young people with a entrepreneurial and engineering type background $100,000 to drop out of college and start a company.
Hi, Anne. I have two questions. First, I'm a member of the Vanderbilt College Republicans, and we're working to kind of increase our presence on campus. What suggestions do you have for advancing conservative ideals on the college campus? And also, I'm a big fan of your career, and I'd like to get into political writing and be like a Fox News contributor or something like that someday. What advice do you have for someone my age to start?
Do not go to law school.
I was thinking about it actually.
That is my number one advice. Any of you thinking of going to law school, I am the right-wing Ayatollah, and I say no.
Why is that?
Because you just waste time and money, and it doesn't really help you with anything. It's just this big blot on your career, wasting your time. I mean, if you really want to practice law, and it is boring. Okay, if you like doing boring, tedious work and being paid by the hour, and also the market is inundated. It's not even that impressive a profession anymore. There are too many lawyers. All these lawyers are just paid hundreds of thousands of dollars to get a law degree. Great, they have something they can hang on their wall, and now they're all working at Starbucks. There are too many lawyers. You need a certain number of lawyers, but we have way too many. And it is done by billable hours, unless you're going to be a scumbag trial lawyer like John Edwards, and I assume no one in this room is going to do that. I mean, unless you want to start suing college campuses for ripping off their students, which I think would be a fine lawsuit to take. If you're going to go to law school and bring crazy lawsuits like that, I endorse it. But other than that, what can we do at Vanderbilt? That's my mother went to graduate school, Vanderbilt, beautiful campus. Not Cornell, but. I checked with the other kids here. They've come up with so many crazy ideas over the years. I don't know if you saw this young college Republican. You must have been after this one out in California, San Diego, the one who's doing all these scams on Planned Parenthood. She's one of ours, isn't she? Oh, look at that. I mean, you are with the brain trust of the conservative movement in this room. She's going in, what's her name, Lila Rose? She's going in with, or sending people in with a hidden camera, and not like they're going to a Halloween party, and asking Planned Parenthood in this sort of roundabout way how to get a guy indicating that he might have some underage girls turning tricks, and how could he get them gynecological services without being reported to the feds. And one Planned Parenthood in New Jersey told him how to do it. There are a lot of fantastic things you can do as liberals. You can be like Ben Shapiro. Bring me in to speak is obvious, but they need a lot of bake sales for that. But yeah, and by the way, you should do that, and never, ever, ever say, oh, we won't get any student funds because we're conservatives. Because you may be right, but unless you apply and your turn's down, you don't have a case. You can't go whining about apply, 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 and if they're bringing in Michael Moore, you sure better be bringing in Ann Coulter.
Thank you.
Oh, that's the last question. Oh, come on, a couple more.
Hi, Ann. I went through the New Jersey public school system from K to 12, and I'm wondering, how can we destroy the teachers' union?
Well, saw this, I Twittered it this week, and I posted on my webpage. There was this fantastic schools chancellor here in DC, and basically fired all of the incompetent school teachers one day. Yeah, and this week a mediator ordered them all rehired with back pay and damages. You can never win with these people. And one thing you can do is, instead of going to law school, you know, I don't want to sound like Obama here, but become a public school teacher. We can use some of our own molds. They go in, they take over any organization that is not explicitly conservative. It could be, you know, Automobile Manufacturers of America, it could be the Coral Group of West Indiana. Liberals will take it over. They're taking over Ford, Carnegie, the Catholic Church. No, we should take over the public school teachers. So that's a good idea for it. And other than that, vote for Chris Christie and prevail upon him to run for president. Great!
Yeah, we are arguably one of the most, we're probably the best journalism school in the country.
Yes, I've spoken there years ago.
But we are arguably one of the most liberal colleges in the country.
Yes, I've spoken there years ago.
You know. My question is, what can people like me and my group do to advance conservative media? We try with our student newspaper, we submit articles and they never take them, and they won't let us bring in the Wall Street Journal. I've asked them many times. And getting and like the National Review, you have to check it out at the J School. They only have one copy. Like, I just don't know what.
The brown paper wrapper.
Yes.
One thing you should be checking out: Human Events, not National Review. Keep a record of all this and write it up.
Okay.
Like I say, I know you all know it. I know it. We know it. But unless you have a paper trail, it didn't happen. Ask to read certain books or have certain newspapers or magazines and write it up. You'll get your first article published someplace.
Okay. Thank you so much.
Hi. I just want to say, I think everybody agrees with me, you are so beautiful.
You see, Pat, I'm so glad we took extra questions.
I just want to say, I know that you were Greek in college, and I'm too, and so I wanted to ask you, how did you use that to kind of, you know, encourage and like kind of spread conservatism, because people are kind of, like in my sorority and even the Greek system at my school, they're kind of just looking at it, like going opposite. I guess it's kind of like the closet conservative. They're like, oh no, I'm not like that. I'm liberal, I want to do this and that. But really, how do you use Greek to spread conservatism?
The girls in my sorority, to gamblers, do not drink, do not drink. There were few liberals, but they were more like what somebody else mentioned. They were basically conservative, but they definitely did not want to have a liberal screaming in their faces. Whereas we like that. And really just chatting things out with them, you find out, and I noticed the same thing at law school, that a lot of people are way more conservative than they're willing to admit to anyone other than another conservative. And it's good to let people talk it out and see that. I mean, just seeing that there are more conservatives out there, that's one of the ways liberals, they really do have a huge advantage with the mainstream media, creating this impression that the entire world is liberal. You know, Gallup has been polling Americans for 20 years, and we've outnumbered liberals 2-to-1. Liberals are never above 20%. We're always around 40%. That's gotten a little bit wider under Obama, but it's hard to get much wider than 2-to-1. So there are a lot of conservatives out there. You just don't see them on TV and the newspapers. I was just checking with the longtime editors of Human Events last night. I got in late last night and had dinner with them, Tom Winter and Alan Riskin and Stan Evans, about certain events in history. I'm writing about my next book, and I just wanted to make sure I wasn't crazy, because you search the Nexus archives, and the way an event that you are all familiar with is portrayed in history is all one way, and I keep looking at it from this angle and that angle, and I come out looking at it this way. And they said, no, of course you're right, but that's how the media wrote it up.
How do you respond?
Well, I'll give you a little key, a little insight into libertarians. Like my sorority mates I was just discussing, a libertarian is a conservative who's too afraid to say so. And they think libertarians are the I'm sorry, I know you've all resisted the liberal brainwashing and you were so much smarter than anyone else your age, but young people are stupid. I was stupid. And the way we're stupid is, we don't, when I was a young person, and actually not even now, we don't have families and children and homes, and you don't understand the importance of foundations of society like the family. Like private property rights, like people not going out and doing drugs. There are going to be weak people who will destroy their lives. I mean, what if you could take a pill and turn yourself into a wolf and a predator on society? Would you say, oh sure, fine, go ahead? Well, if they're going to, I mean, I had this argument with John Stossel. I'm not even going to discuss drug legalization until you get rid of the entire welfare system. Because right now, they can stay home taking drugs all day. In California, subsidized by the government to get some medicinal. And I have to pay for their health care, their food, their housing. Once Ann isn't paying, okay, then we'll discuss it. And by the way, then I'll still be against it. But as long as we have cradle-to-grave welfare, this isn't even a libertarian issue. But usually, I think it's just a strutting way of sounding macho, when in fact, I think libertarians are little weenie boys who are afraid to admit in public that they're conservatives.
How to not take a vague answer to a specific question personally. How do you
No, take it personally. Why should you, if you ask a question you don't get an answer, say I didn't get an answer. You're a conservative. We can speak English, we understand English, and if you haven't got an answer, you haven't gotten an answer.
As a future public school teacher, what should my top priority be?
Teaching them. That can read and write and understand stuff, and that is the future of a conservative. Thank you.